Hello, Mixtresses and Mixters. This is Mixtress Ray. You're watching Mixtress Video, and we're going to do a pick a pile reading. I think I promised you guys at the beginning of this year that I would be doing one of these at least once a month, and I think I've been mostly consistent, but I think that there wasn't one last month. So this is going to be for October 2020, or as I record this, it is the full moon in Aries on technically tomorrow, October 1st, but I'm recording this on the day before. So this will work as an October 2020 pick a pile reading. This will work as a full moon October 2020. Or if you just happen upon this on some other random day, that might mean that one of these piles is also for you. So as I clear the space and all of that good junk, light the candle, all that stuff, you can choose which pile you want. You can choose based on anything, doesn't matter. This is Dark Wood Tarot. All the oracle cards will be the same with each pile. This pile has Dark Wood Tarot. This pile has the Spirit Halloween Tarot deck, and this pile has Marigold Tarot. This is a lava stone. This is hematite. And this is fluorite. So you can choose based on the rocks, you can choose based on the deck, or just whichever one. So just take a few deep breaths, and I will shut up for a second as I do all the witchy things to get this thing started, and then we will start. Okay, pause if you still are deciding, and I will now move on to pile number 1. So I'm just going to set aside the other piles. See how that looks. Okay, sure, why not? So the thing about full moon in Aries is we're also in, Aries is ruled by Mars. We're also in a Mars retrograde right now if you're watching this in September, October 2020. I actually don't have a lot of information about what that means, except that I think it means that if you are going through a lot of anger issues right now, that is understandable. If you're going through a lot of annoyances with the world, that is understandable. If you're just feeling really pumped up, it's just a lot of fire energy, and fire can burn you down, but fire can fire you up. You know, there's a lot of fire in the air. Okay. All right. For those of you that picked pile number 1, we have a few extra cards. Like I try to focus on 3, but you ended up with 5 for the tarot. And then you have a Halloween Oracle card, which is Zombie for control. You have a Everyday Witch Oracle card, which I like to think of as kind of your practical advice for the coming month, which is Seasonal Harvest. And then I picked sort of like Seasonal Harvest over here, actually. This is sort of like your deeper dive, sort of psychological shadow work, if you call it that. for the month of October, for the season of fall, just sort of this particular full moon, if that's whatever this time period is that you've chosen to think of it as. So what we have is anti-hero, maverick, risk taker, rule breaker. Okay, and then I'm gonna stand up really quick to see if you can see all of these cards. Okay, you can't totally see. There we go. That's better. And you can't really tell, but this cute little candle holder is actually like a skull shot glass that I just dropped a candle into. Okay. So, don't be scared about this tower. Here's what we have here. The fact that we have control, the presence of control, and the tower, and so what I'm seeing here is that you are going to be confronted with some truth. This tower moment for you is going to be more of like a facing of the truth than like an actual catastrophic event. Like, it might feel catastrophic. Whatever this truth is that needs to be faced might feel catastrophic. But the presence of Three of Cups and Page of Pentacles and this seasonal harvest, like all of these cards together. So like, don't focus on this because it's the relationship of this to everything else. Because tower moments are sacred, important Kali moments in life, right? Like, we don't look forward to them necessarily, but you're going to be feeling some type of way during this like full moon in Aries, Mars in retrograde, sort of seasonal moment that we're in right now. Seasonal harvest, this tells me that this is just a part of your cycle. And it would be a good thing to remind yourself right now, how do I usually feel around this time of year? Beginning of fall, beginning of October. What is my usual pattern psychologically? And if you are finding yourself in a funky place, in a chaotic place, sort of like reflect on that for a second. Like, okay, what am I usually like during this time of year? Or what did I put in motion at this time last year that I am now having to face? There's some kind of truth, some sort of cycle that you put in place for yourself that you need to face. And for some of you, this will be surrounding some really good friends that you've made at work. There's going to be like some arguments. You're going to have some arguments with people that you would consider kind of like your coven, like your people. You're going to have some arguments, but this is an opportunity for growth. If you allow yourself to go through kind of like, they're arguments that need to be had. It's like they might be petty arguments, but they have some truth in them, and it's some truth that needs to be faced. So there's going to be like a shakeup. There's going to be a shakeup with like either your family or your close friends, and I'm really getting the feeling that like it's involved with work. So you might be a person that like maybe your business is with your family, or maybe you really have found a family in your workplace and now there are some conflicts that need to be worked out. This control card tells me that you don't have control. Like, the relationship to this zombie control card and the tower, these two are pushing back and forth for me. And it's kind of telling me that you do not have the control that you want to have. You need to relinquish a little bit of the control. Let yourself have those petty arguments. Don't be completely contained. Don't even necessarily, like, you might be in a place, you might have generally accepted a role in this relationship to these coworkers and or family and or friends where you are like the good guy that doesn't ruffle feathers. It's time for you to become this anti-hero. This is the maverick, the risk taker, and the rule breaker. That needs to be you. For some of you, like this reading is for a lot of people. So for some of you, this is the person that's kind of triggering you right now. Like this person in your group is the one that's triggering you right now. And it would be a good thing for you to face what is it about that person that triggers you. That is something that actually, because I've found whenever I'm fighting with people, usually the thing that really pisses me off about that person is actually the thing that I see. I'm actually seeing a reflection of myself in that person. And that's what's making me pissed off, if that makes sense. So for some of you, that's the case. For others of you, you are going to need to be this person. You're not usually the risk taker and the rule breaker. So if you're not usually the risk taker and the rule breaker, that is possibly the role that you will need to take in this situation. Because there will come a moment where, like, y'all Three of Cups, you and your coven, you and your sacred people have some things that you're not saying that you need to say. And even if they seem little, that's okay. Like, ride it out. Let yourself have that Mars moment. Yell at each other if you need to. Ride the wave. Like, that is really the big vibe that I'm getting just in general, not only for this, for your pile of cards, but just for this full moon in Aries, this particular Mars retrograde, this particular part of this particular year in time. The message that I've been getting over and over is that it's time to fight it out. It's time to speak up, speak your truth, even if it creates chaotic. I mean, Tower is ruled by Mars too, right? Even if it creates those Mars moments, like, yell at each other, do what needs to be done. This is another indicator, this Page of Pentacles, that this has something to do with work. I feel like your work is your life. And you've exhibited so much control over how you deal with your coworkers and the people that you care about. And it's time to let go. It's time to let go of some control. It's time to speak your truth. It's time to get a little messy and let it out. Because that Tower moment is going to bring you even closer together. It's possible some of you, you're not even resonating with this. What coworkers? I don't like my coworkers. What the fuck are you talking about? Maybe this isn't my pile. It's possible that this Tower moment, this Five of Wands moment, when you relinquish control, break some of the rules, and accept sort of the sacred anger that you have right now, you will be able to break through, and it'll almost be like you're new at your job again. Like, you can see it with new eyes again. And it will make you closer to the people. You will find that coven within your workplace. I'm not getting a bad vibe here. Like, despite the presence of the Tower card, what I'm getting is that if you can embrace that relinquishing of control, let yourself have some of those arguments that you would think are petty, but actually need to happen for you to get to the truth. And let yourself be a risk taker and rule breaker. And forgive yourself for where you are right now, wherever that is. Because wherever you are right now is a cycle that you set in motion. I'm really getting the sense that, like, seasonal harvest in this case means that you are now harvesting whatever seeds you were sowing last fall. So for some of you, that's like a really good thing. Like, maybe you started your job last fall and now you're close with your coworkers, but there is a moment that you guys need to face some truth just to get to that next level. And for some of you, what you put into motion a year ago is some ugly truths that you need to face right now to move on from. Either way, forgive yourself for where you are. And if you're in your feelings in a bad way, you've got that Mars energy going. When you've got that Mars energy going in the next month, remind yourself, ask yourself, is this how I usually feel in October? Okay. Why am I here right now? It's okay that I'm here right now. Like, a lot of people don't like to accept when they're angry. And it's okay to be angry. It's okay to confront things. It's okay to be out of control for a moment. Like, that is really the message that I'm getting so fiercely right now in this particular point in time. It's good things. I see good things here. Okay, that is pile number 1. Let's move on to pile number 2, which is the Hematite and the Spirit Halloween cards. I just got these in the mail today. They are so freaking cute. I can't even stand it. So you got 4 cards here. We got 9 of Cups, Kraken, 3 of Cups, Witch, Page of Pentacles, Baron Samedi. I don't know who that is. And then Knight of Wands, Hanuman. So you've got a god, a figure that I do not know, just the general witch, and then Kraken. This is really funny. I mean, you can get this at your local Spirit Halloween store, this deck, for $8. And it is actually, like, it probably looks really busy to you right now, but it is actually a thought out deck. It is actually really interesting. I just got it today, so I haven't really worked with it yet. This is the first time I'm really working with it with you guys, but it's not bad. I mean, you've got the astrology on each card. You've got at the top, there's like the little symbol. This is a cup. These are pentacles. That's a wand. And on the majors, it has like the Roman numeral in this little circle area. And every card has like a thing, like witch, Kraken. It's actually really kind of cool. The cardstock is thin, but it's not that bad. It's really not. I'm not sure all of these scenes on the cards make sense to me as the particular cards. Anyway, this is not a review of Spirit Halloween deck. Let's move on. Okay, and then we also have these 3 oracle cards. This is your Halloween card, Black Cat, Fortune Meets Opportunity. Your Everyday Witch card, I like to think of as sort of your practical advice through the coming month or full moon cycle, or however you see it. Fire Magic. Your element is fire. And then this is Lay Vampire Oracle. This is sort of like the deeper aspect, like the thing that you can really dive into if you choose to. Supernatural, inexplicable, miraculous, and otherworldly. So let's sort of synthesize how all of this goes together. First, I want to make sure all the cards are in the shot. Yes, okay, good. So your element is fire this month, pile number 2. There's a lot of fire here. There's fire in this Page of Pentacles, lots of fire and snakes. Wands is, of course, fire suit. And this Black Cat card, I would consider this kind of a fire. I don't know why the candles look like they were just extinguished in this card. Fortune Meets Opportunity. I actually got the 3 of Cups in pile number 1 too. That's cool. Okay, so I'm seeing some pretty like magical shit for you guys. Like 3 of Cups is, of course, like it's a witch in this card, but I think of 3 of Cups as kind of a coven situation just in general. 3 of Cups is very like, and the 9 of Cups is about all your wishes coming true. And Page of Pentacles, oh my god, Page of Pentacles is in the last pile too. That's crazy. I didn't even even though I kind of glanced at these cards before I started recording, I didn't make that connection until now. That's hilarious. Okay. So Page of Pentacles. So you're starting out, Page of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. I feel like you are, so for some of y'all, you just started school and you are kind of like just getting moving on like a new goal. Like you just started a new business, or you just started whatever you just started studying in school. Like you're really into it right now. You're on fire. You're on fire. Fortune meets opportunity. Things are really coming together right now. and it's kind of mystical. Like, you're getting everything you want. You're working hard for something that you want that you haven't gotten yet. And this sort of supernatural element right here tells me that you're supported. You're supported in whatever this is. Fortune meets opportunity. It's like you've been waiting for this moment for so fucking long, and you're finally there, that you haven't really taken, I suspect most of you haven't really taken a second yet to like step back and like realize that it's all happening for you. So take that moment right now, honeys. It's happening. It's happening. The stars are aligning for you. This particular, like, you keep hearing people talk about Mars is in retrograde right now, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, I don't know what that is. I'm feeling good right now. You are the witch at her cauldron making it fucking happen right now. It is magic. And it is inexplicable and miraculous and otherworldly. It's like how these fish have like butterfly wings. There's sort of this element of like shape shifting even. Okay, so we have fish, we have a cat, we have another cat, we have an octopus. There's a cat here. There's snakes all in here. You've got a lot of like, you've got sort of like this, oh wait, and there's a lizard right here. This particular like Mars retrograde, full moon in Aries, people are feeling real like crazy and angry and around you, but you're so good. You're so good. You're on fire. Everything's going well. And if you don't feel that yet, it's coming. This 9 of Cups, if you're not there yet, if you don't feel this sort of like, what the fuck are you talking about? Everything sucks. It's coming. It's coming. Your 3 of Cups and 9 of Cups moment, like, maybe in order to, if you are one of the people that you're not really feeling this happiness right now, if you're not feeling that yet, in order to get there, I would say if there is something that you've been thinking about doing as a student, whereas, that's not really the right word, whether it's like maybe you want to take a class online, or maybe you want to just dive into, like, for example, a Tarot 101 course or something on YouTube. Whatever it is that you're thinking about pursuing as far as like being a student of some kind of creative force. The presence of this Page of Pentacles is telling you be that student. The presence of Knight of Wands is telling me that you are going to be successful at that. You're going to be charismatic at that. Whatever it is that you are being drawn to right now that really lights you up, you're going to have fortune. Your fortune is going to meet opportunity. This is the time. This is the time to take that step if you haven't already taken it. And if you have taken it, this is your like reinforcement that you're on the right path. I don't see any warnings here at all. I don't see any warnings. It's just keep going or jump in. This is your Fool moment. If you haven't started yet, jump off that cliff, take that risk. It's time. Yes. Metaphorically, of course, jump off that cliff. Like, you're going to be supported. Your coven is going to catch you. You are the witch. I feel like this fall is just a beautiful time for you, and just take advantage of the fact that all of these like sort of astrological things that are causing like a lot of people a lot of pain right now are working for you. And that's okay. It's okay to be okay, even if other people aren't. Because a lot of the time when all the astrology is supposed to be perfect for everybody, that's when you feel like it's not perfect. So you are weird, and that is okay. Because you are a witch. You are gonna make it happen. You are the Kraken. Release yourself. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it. Okay. That is pile number 2. Okay, time for pile number 3 with the Fluorite and Marigold Tarot. So everybody else got like more than 3 cards. So I kind of, since I happen to have Marigold Tarot right here, I think that's a sign that I'm going to pull 1 extra card for you right now. Okay. So you got the Fool, the Emperor, Ace of Wands, and 9 of Rings. And then your oracle cards, we have a Halloween oracle. You got Ghost and Regret. For your Everyday Witch oracle card, which I like to think of as sort of practical advice for the coming month, you got Meditation for Clarity, which is an air card. And then for sort of like deeper dive into your psyche, this is the Lay Vampire oracle. You got Call for Help, Reach Out, Need for Backup, and Admit Your Needs. So I feel like there's a lot of just general energy throughout this entire reading, all 3 of these piles, of like using that sort of like fire energy that we have going on right now. I'm going to switch these cards because the light is shining too hard on that one. Is that better? Oh, that light is not cute. Not cute at all. Like I need to stand right here. So, okay, maybe I'll just turn this light off. Okay, I hope that's all right. Okay, I should have done that. That was probably annoying this entire video, but pile 3 is the only one that gets to take advantage. Okay. I'm gonna go back to, like, I like to have this one over here. So for some of y'all, you're about to, like, the goal that you're about to, like, path that you're about to go down, or that you've been going down, is you're gonna buy a new house, or you're doing renovations on your house or something. But there's some sort of confusion, like this regret right here, and calling for help, meditation for clarity. There's some sort of confusion about either which house you want to buy or rent, or where you want to move in general. There's some sort of regret at the choice that you made to get where you are, or there's some sort of regret that you haven't made the choice yet, or something, or you just don't know what you want to do. There's definitely like I haven't done the thing yet, because you're at the Fool and Ace of Wands. You have not sort of grabbed that goal and gone into it yet. So there's some regret, there's a lack of clarity, and there's a need to call for help. There's a need to, like, utilize the resources around you. And you're trying to do everything by yourself, but it would be helpful for you to call upon others that have been through whatever it is that you're trying to, whatever goal that you're trying to pursue right now. And I think for a lot of people, it has to do with your home life and your security. You have this dream in your head. You want that perfect house with that perfect porch, or whatever it is, that perfect tub. For me, it's always the porch, the fireplace, and the tub. I need those things. And you don't know, like, is this the right time? You know, like, should I be looking for this thing right now to help me feel more secure when it's in a year of pandemic? You know, your ghost of regret is kind of that you didn't spend time, you kept waiting. I feel like you have been waiting for 2020 to be over. Anytime I see the Emperor card this year, since 2020 is an Emperor year, I think of like this is a time sensitive thing for this year. I feel like all year long you've kind of been waiting, like waiting for the pandemic to be over maybe, or waiting for it to be safe to go out again, for you to do the thing that you want to do, whether it's renovate your house, buy a new house, move in with someone, kick someone out, move out of a bad situation that you are currently in. I feel like you've been waiting for 2020 to be over. And this is saying that you don't have to wait. This is saying that you are going to need some help. Like maybe you've been waiting until you have enough money for a solid down payment for a house, but I don't think you need to wait. Obviously, this meditation for clarity here, this tells me that we don't have all the answers right now. So this is your practical advice that there is, I would say the big thing for you is take a break from the regular status quo of your life. Whether that means, if you can, get in the car, go for a drive. If you can, spend a night away, like camp somewhere or something. Or if that's not an option for you, take a bath with some music, or sit down with a journal and like put all the devices away, listen to some calming music. If that helps you meditate. If music doesn't help you meditate, then don't listen to any music. But this is a strong call that in order to find the answers to what you do next and how to find that security that you want so badly, and take that new beginning, now is the time. You've been waiting. I think you've been waiting a little too long, and now is the time. Now is the time to, you don't have all the answers, but now is the time to ask the questions. And that's what the meditation for clarity is all about. And that's what the calling for help is all about. Like, I think once you have your meditation for clarity moment, once you get a few of the answers that you're looking for, it's going to lead to more questions. However, at least it's going to put you in a direction where you're going to know, you're going to be able to narrow down what it is that you want and what it is that you need. And that's when it'll be time for the call for help. When it's time to admit what it is that you need and the help that you need to ask for. And that might be like calling your mom and asking her for some money so you can put a deposit down for an apartment so you can move out of that bad situation. Or it might mean that, I just feel very strongly that most of you watching this are either you're wanting a new living situation in some form, whether that's moving out, moving in with someone, or buying a house on your own. It's definitely a new venture. The Fool and the Ace of Wands says that like this is a totally new cycle for you that you haven't embarked upon yet. And it's a good thing. This Ace of Wands is a good thing. Like grabbing that wand and like setting forth on your journey, your goals, your creativity, like admitting that that is important to you is something that you haven't done yet. That's something that you regret. You regret not admitting that this goal is something that you want even. It's like you're not even it's like you're not even telling people that you've wanted this for a long time. You want to move out. You want to move on. You're ready to take this next step into a new journey in your life. That's the regret, that you haven't even expressed it. For some of you, the call for help is just letting your loved ones know that this is a priority for you. Whatever this new venture is, it's going to make you more secure in yourself. I keep harping on like a place to live, but it could even just be your own body. Being more at home in your own body. Taking that next step towards being more at home within yourself. And for some of you, it's a coming out moment that you've been waiting for 2020 to be over, but you know what? You don't have to. There are, again, this meditation for clarity needs to happen. This call for help needs to happen. These are two like roadblocks so that you can move to this space, so that you can take this regret away and move into your Ace of Wands Fool space, which is a good space to be in. And even like, you know, I keep harping on like the Emperor being like about this year, meaning that it's time sensitive. And I do think that's part of this. But looking at the Emperor just as a card in and of itself, this is structure. The fours are about structure and stability. And the nine of rings / nine of pentacles is about like being surrounded by luxury, being at home within your space that you've created for yourself. This is your goal. And this could even be your goal too. Like, you want structure. You want, in the sense of you want security. But you're going to have to really put yourself out there, ask for help, do some, you know, you get some clarity in whatever way personally makes you quiet your mind and hear your own answers. Needs to happen. Put the technology down. That's good advice for me as well. Put the technology down so that you can like hone in on what it is that you really want and what you need to do to get there. It's not going to be like a boom, perfect answer. It's what your next step is, what your ideal moment is this beginning towards the eventuality of safety and security. You're going to get there. Don't let yourself say it can't be a priority right now. It's not a good time. It is a good time. Now is the time. Okay. That is pile number 3. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little pick a card reading. I know most people don't, for some reason, like, people don't really watch my pick a pile readings. Maybe I'm not that good at them. I don't know. But if you did watch this, I hope that you got something good out of it. I see pretty beautiful things in all of these piles. So I hope that you guys have a great, wonderful Mars retrograde full moon in Aries October fall season. Love you guys.